is something we call a target pole. We all have all different lengths of target poles. It's simply just a buoy on the end of a stick. It looks like a giant Q-tip. And what we do is we train the whales to touch the front of their face, which is called their rostrum, to the target pole. The target pole can help them with positioning. It can help them with height. It can let them know, hey, this is where we'd like you to be. So we're going to utilize 2. Perfect. All right, so what Shouka's doing is she's learning something called a high jump. She's learning something called a kicker. So Erin is using a large target pole. Candace asked her to sent her on the behavior. So what Shouka's going to do is dive down to the bottom of the pool. She's going to come up and ideally try to touch the target pole with her rostrum, but she did perfectly. That was beautiful. And she got told, great job. So ideally, when this behavior is finished, what she's going to do is she's going to come straight up and out of the water and she's going to kick her tail flukes towards Erin. So the next approach when she's ready for me is I'm going to come in. All right. It's happening. So Erin is going to tap for Shouka for the height. And I am going to be the tail fluke tap. So I'm going to do it a little bit delayed because I'm going to want her to come up and pay attention to Erin's target pole. And then I'm going to help her tap her flukes. I'm not going to touch her flukes. I'm going to touch the water in front of them. And she's going to hopefully kick. Oh, she didn't quite do it. That's okay. It's okay. So learning is a process. We learn in steps, just like we learn our letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, novels. So we train them in steps. That way it's fun. If you forget, you can go back a step. And then also, too, it's always rewarding and it doesn't get frustrating. And even though she wasn't 100% correct, she had a great attitude, so Candace is still rewarding her. All right, so what we're going to do is, Candace is actually going to help prime or get Shouka ready. So she's going to roll her over. She's going to show her the SD with the kick, which means, hey, can you kick your tail flukes? So watch this. So boom, perfect. So that's what we want her to do as she comes out of the water. So we're going to try it again. I'm going to try to tap a little bit earlier this time because that might have been a little bit on me as well. So here she comes. Do you see it? All right, so she did it. Very, very good. Eventually we would like a smidgen more oomph, so she splashes a little bit more, but that was beautiful. She's just starting to learn that. So that was a wonderful, what we call approximation. So even though it wasn't quite 100% the finished behavior because we just started adding this second tap that I did to get her to kick, the fact that she did it and was paying attention to 2 target poles and did it was absolutely wonderful. And she'll only get more and more confident, more and more strong, more and more powerful. So I bet she'll be done with this behavior in a week or 2, I bet. She's pretty quick. So training is fun, not only for the whales, but for us too, especially when you have success. It's so cool to see it just work and then just figure it out. A lot of times people ask, how long does it take to train a behavior? It all depends on the behavior and the whale. So they're very much like people. They have different likes, dislikes, learning curves, personalities, as well as athleticisms and coordination. So different behaviors can take different amounts of time. So something like a head shake, yes, that's pretty easy for a whale to learn. I would say a couple days to a couple weeks at most. I don't even think it would take a whale a month to learn that. It's pretty easy. A kicker, a high jump, a front flip, something that takes a little bit more athleticism and coordination, take anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple months to a couple years. So it all kind of depends on the whale. Again, their learning curve, their athleticism. But once they get it, it's pretty incredible. We tend to get very excited and the whales feed off that as well. So there's Shouka right there sliding out. Doing a little rub behavior right there. You'll see them do that on their own time a lot as well. They're constantly sliding up in their environment, rubbing, again, sensitive skin, so it feels good. We're putting a toy in with Orchid. Again, here's a nice little barrel for Orchid. The whales are super powerful. It's incredible how gentle they are with us. Some of their toys, we have a toy that is over 300 pounds, and Orchid lifts it like it's nothing. We actually have a giant tire, so if you, what is that tire from? A giant, We have to crane it in. It's so big, it's so heavy. And this beautiful girl right here can literally pick it up and put it on the side of the pool for us. It's incredible. So super strong, super powerful, but very gentle as well.